Sonic Mania. This is basically the Blue Bomber, Sonic the Hedgehog's return to his roots. I mean, we had Sonic Episode 4 that came to a bunch of platforms and was supposed to get multiple episodes, but kind of stopped after a while. And it was a good return to the series roots, but this looks to really take what fans loved about Sonic and really give them everything that they've loved in a new and remixed way. They said that there's going to be new stages, and there's going to be remix stages. And I'm sure we'll get Green Hill Zone again, because what's a Sonic game without Green Hill Zone? And you'll be able to play as fan favorites Sonic and Tails and Knuckles and use their abilities, like Tails' ability to fly a little higher, Knuckles' abilities to punch like crazy, and really kind of get back to what made Sonic great. And that's kind of what I wanted to discuss more so than the news, which is that the game is releasing on August 15th on Steam and Xbox One and PlayStation 4 and Nintendo Switch. And it's going to be, well, it'll be exciting to do that. I wanted to kind of talk about my history with the Sonic franchise and what people's perception of it is. Because what I hear from a lot of people is that the memory of Sonic is much better than the actual game. And I fondly remember playing Sonic the Hedgehog, the first one, when I got a Sega Genesis, probably a year or so after it came out. And I did enjoy it. I liked the music and the world. I was more of a Nintendo guy, as you could obviously tell, but I really did like their take on this platformer, and it felt very different than Mario. And I think the first time that I really enjoyed Sonic on a deeper level was when I got it on the Game Gear, even though the version may have not been the best, and you had to use maybe 300 batteries to power this behemoth of a system. It was cool to be able to take Sonic on the go with you, which is something that I truly appreciate and love as I'm moving and traveling and doing stuff all the time. Even when I was younger, I was going from house to house and place to place. And being able to take Sonic and my video games with me was something truly special. Now, when the Dreamcast came out, Sonic Adventure was there. And that is when, and what I would say is my favorite Sonic game. And I had such a great time with that game. And maybe I'm looking at it with rose-tinted glasses, but I just remember loving the world and just getting this crazy backstory. And I'll never forget the first level with the whale chasing you and the graphics blowing me away during that time. And it was cool to see the story from different perspectives and playing different characters and unlocking secrets. And I just loved that world. And I thought Sonic was really on the right track. But then Sonic Adventure 2 came out, and there were Sonic Colors and one where he became a werewolf, and I just fell off the franchise. And I've always meant to get back, and I played a little bit of Sonic Generations, and I saw potential there. And there was some fun because they were mixing what people loved about the new games and old games, and were trying to trim out the stuff that they didn't really like. And that's why Sonic Forces has me somewhat excited. I wasn't blown away by the first footage shown, but I like the fact that they're letting you play as the different eras and feeding into that nostalgia, which I think is Sonic's strongest ally, because a lot of people remember him fondly, even though the games may not hold up as well, and though you were going fast, you were stopping and running into walls all the time. But they're really trying to focus on that nostalgia, especially with their Twitter account, which is great, and you should definitely follow them because they tweet out some pretty hilarious stuff. But Sonic Forces is going to allow you, like in Generations, to play as modern Sonic, as classic Sonic, and also as a character you create. And I know there were a lot of memes and a lot of funny stories coming about how they're going to make some ridiculous characters. But it's going to be nice to be able to make Sonic your own and to give you that touchstone and that relatable piece that you can say you created and put into that world. And I can't wait to see all the characters that are being shared because it's going to be pretty hilarious. But say what you will about the actual games, the character of Sonic and even Tails and Knuckles and the Chaos Emerald, I think are a very, very special place in gaming. And as we've seen, they've come into Smash Brothers, which was a great addition. And they're a part of the Mario and Sonic Olympics. And I think he is an important character that I would really hate to see die because he's a very important part of history. He comes from a time when games were still in their infancy, and Mario and Sonic were fighting for their supremacy, and there was a battle going on, a Sega kid or a Nintendo kid, and who would be the winner? And I would hate to see that being lost, especially in an age where games are being remastered and movies are being rebooted in all sorts of ways. There's certain characters that I think deserve a place alongside the greats, and I think Sonic is one of them. And I appreciate them for continuing to try and make it better. And though we've had to deal with a lot of terrible games, sooner or later I feel like they'll find that right balance and hopefully bring them back to a game that is worthy of discussion and a lot of excitement and fun. And what I would love to see out of a game is bring back those story elements. Let you see games from different perspectives. Don't try and get too fancy with all these crazy levels that may look cool on paper but just feel very rigid and not very fluid. It has to feel, you want to get that sense of speed. That's what makes Sonic so great. It can't come at the expense of messing up and just ruining your momentum and everything. But first we get Sonic Mania. And when that launches on August 15th, we'll get to see what people really think about those classic games, because this was built with that in mind. Sonic Forces is coming out later 2017, so we're going to get 2 fixes of Sonic, and hopefully they're good ones. But my friends, that remains to be seen. And hopefully at E3 we get a good look, and we'll really be able to see the direction that Sega is taking our favorite Blue Bomber. And that's all that I'm going to talk about Sonic. Now, if you would like to be a part of the Gamers Advocate family, please like us on Facebook. Please follow us at Twitter at Gamers Advocate. Please send us an email, adam@thegamersadvocate.com. Subscribe below, review us in iTunes, become a part of the family, like I said. If you want to follow me, I'm at Adam Bankhurst. I'm very excited about next week because not only is it the week before E3, but next show will be all about my E3 predictions. I'm very excited to do that, and I'm very excited to probably be wrong on every single one of them, but it'll be fun to do and look back once E3 is over. And the following week, when E3 happens, I will be in LA on the show floor, bringing you all the coverage and talking about all my feelings of the incredible titles that will undoubtedly be shown at the Video Game Super Bowl, as I like to call it. So once again, I want to thank you for joining us as we explore all the incredible topics in the world of video games. And I hope you have an incredible day and or night. Thank you.